Hey guys, how you doing? We're back, and this time we're with Tor.
Hey.
And Tor's dog called
Nettle.
Nettle.
Come up here. Up.
That's
Let me
Nettle.
see it.
There's Nettle. Okay, so why are we here? Well, Tor has been for many years guiding people around the sacred sites of Britain in his trusty brown van. Another thing, black now, but it was brown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was kind of more dark grey, but yeah.
Okay. Tor's been guiding people around the sacred sites of Britain for many years now in his black van, and has decided to launch an app so that if you're around somewhere like Glastonbury and you want to look at some of the sacred sites in your own time, then that's what you can do. So I've come here today to talk to Tor about his app, and we're going to run the app, and then we're going to go down and we're going to follow the Tor that way down towards the high street. So Tor, over to you. Tell me a little bit about the app, why you decided to start one, and what it does and what people can do with it.
Yeah, thank you, Gabriel. Yeah, so I've been doing tours in Glastonbury for about 20 years now, and I do tours out to Stonehenge and Avebury and Tintagel and all the kind of more myths and legend places that people are really interested in that come and visit here.
Yeah.
But the numbers of tourists that have been coming have been quite similar. It's a very, very steady build. And I come from a kind of video editing, digital world, and I realise now that that really everything is moving into the digital world, and I was fascinated by the apps that I was seeing, like Uber and Booking.com, and I was thinking, well, why couldn't there be an app for tours that people can upload their own tour and then instantly, share that tour with people, their friends and family, and
makes sense.
and visitors to their area. So if you're like in a little village in the middle of Somerset and you know how amazing the history of your village is, but you think, well, why are people not coming here? Because people don't know about it. So that you could instantly upload a tour of your village on the app, get it out to the world, and people can do the tour remotely, and it'll probably attract people saying, I want to come and visit when I'm in England. I want to go to that village and I want to do a walking tour. So they would do the walking tour version.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And of course, you were telling me earlier on that you want people to send up their own input for this.
That's it. Build your own tour. Yeah.
Exactly. If your village isn't on here and you want to be on this tour, then get in touch with this man, and you can send some stuff in. Maybe you know about local history or whatever, or you just want to show people around where you live. Here's the man. Come talk to him.
Yeah.
And I believe there's going to be a sharing, like a pot of sharing. So you might even get something back.
So yeah, we're pretty early days on the app. We've got about 7 tours in Glastonbury. We've got 2 tours in Bath and 2 tours in London, and we're growing all the time. More and more people are offering to upload. So we're developing within the app a system where you can instantly upload with images and audio and words. And what was your question again?
So people, what do people need?
Oh yeah, the sharing of revenue. That's very important. Yeah.
Yes.
So we are developing the app, and we are creating a kind of an in-app purchase, but it will be through tipping. So if people enjoy the tours will always be free as we believe it, but afterwards you can choose to tip like £1 or up to £5 or whatever, if you're feeling more generous, and then that tip will be shared between the person that created the tour, or people, because it could be a group that create the tour. Share the money with them and with us for the app. So everybody makes a little bit of money from it.
I think it's fair to say Glastonbury Gabriel will be putting something into the pot at some point.
We look forward to that.
Absolutely.
And we've got the Mural Trail, which is going to be very, very shortly up there, on the app. So do keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, the Mural Trail is something that I'm really interested in, because I'm involved in that from a photographic standpoint, and the virtual tours that are available on the map, we're going to get on this tour as well, so that you'll be able to visit the actual wall art as if you were stood there. We're actually standing there, which is great if it's raining. Great if it's raining.
So, or in the middle of the winter, or or in the middle of the night, if you
And of course, some people can never come to Glastonbury. They might live miles away, and travel is just not an option for them.
Yeah, especially with COVID. No?
Exactly, but they can still experience everything the town has to offer, both spiritually and physically, from within the Tor.
Exactly, yeah. And that's actually a huge part of the motivation of creating the app, because I'm fascinated living in Glastonbury by the myths and legends. And I know that every city, every town, every area in the world has its own myths and legends. We're extremely, lucky the amount of myths and legends we have in Glastonbury.
So, well, I guess the best thing to do then is to fire up the app, and we can go forward. Do you want to show us how easy it is to fire up the app?
Sure, yeah. This is our splash screen, and as it loads up with our branding, then you get different options of signing in if you want to keep up to date with all the new tours coming in, or you can continue as a guest also. You just press that and it pops up with all the tours available, and you can scroll through all the tours, a bit like Netflix or Amazon, other media providers available, or you can actually search. We've got a very amazing search element, so you could, if you're interested in churches, for example, you can put church, and it shows you all the tours with churches
within them.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And then if you want to do a certain tour in Glastonbury, you've got all the little pins. We've got Glastonbury or London, and it shows you where you are. So it tells you the tours that are closest to you, and you can search. So you press that, and it opens up the tour, gives you a little introduction. It gives you a sample audio, gives you sample images, gives you all the sites that are on the tour, a little bit about the author, and many of them are written by me at the moment. And then you can start your virtual tour, and that'll start. And if you do a virtual tour, we will do the walking tour. So when you actually come to these sites, you can do a walking tour, and it will activate you and show you where to go on the map. And when you get up close to the site, it will activate, and it will show you where you are. And
so you haven't got to keep pushing buttons. You'll just tell you where to go. You go there, and this kicks in.
So the audio comes up, and the images move around as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, I'm looking forward to experiencing this. It should be good fun. But meanwhile, down there, I don't know if you can see, there is Nettle, who has walked back with a big stick, and is looking very expectant and waiting for us to throw the stick. So, oh look, here we go. There she goes.
She always upstages me.
And we're going to go on to the tour, and we're going to do the
Big Story, Little Town, the short tour.
The short tour, because of my poor ankle. Sorry about that. I normally do things so you don't have to, but you might have to go and do some of these yourself. But you can always, don't forget, do these virtually without having to walk them. So we're going to do the walk. Okay, let's go.
Cheers.
Glastonbury is a fascinating little town with a big story. Its history spans thousands of years, from the time of the goddesses and the druids, and stories of Joseph of Armathia, the great.
So here we are. We're now walking into the chapel and the almshouses. Always a beautiful place to come. Yeah. And the audio has automatically started, so it's now telling people about where we are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is known by the locals as the Magdalene Chapel, as it is believed to have originally.
And you can zoom in to the map. The site is discovered with GPS, and it comes up with the images, and the audio automatically activates, and you've got the words there. And you can also zoom in on the satellite image map, so you know where you are. That's you, the blue spot, and that's the site. And you can see the route on the map, you know, where it's going to take you next. And you can move this up and down, so you can got control over all of the activities, basically.
And at the same time, the audio is playing and telling you about where we are, the history of the houses and everything.
And if the audio stops, because it's just as long as this description here, you can press the play again button. And if you want to pause the audio, if you want to go and sit down, and then you can pause it and play it again as well. So it's pretty handy.
Excellent.
When it's finished, the site, it shows you, please head to your next site, the Shrine of Our Lady. So it shows you the next place
which
to go.
Is over there.
Yeah, the Catholic Church.
Okay, let's head on then.
Cool. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you, Simon.
And you as well.
Thank you, Simon.
And you. Take care.
Bye bye now. I've also done a video in here. It's called Glastonbury's Hidden Gem, I'll put a link in the description. Do please feel free, because that is a lovely, lovely place to come and stay and just be quiet and soak up the atmosphere. Really beautiful place.
can bring
But
your
now,
stick.
obviously, of course, you can come and soak up the atmosphere, and with the tour guide, read all about it and hear all about it. So we're now heading on further into town, walking past the pump room, I believe, Tor.
That's right, yeah. So it activates again, you see.
Oh, we see. So that's now activated. We're outside the church.
Nice little title there.
And you see where you are. It's taking you to the next location on the map. Gives you the images moving. They move on their own. And got the information there.
87 years after the Catholic Church was first abolished in 1539. It is
Gotta admit, I've never been in this church.
shrine of Our Lady on this site.
Excellent. So this will finish,
Yep,
and then it will tell you where to walk next.
exactly.
And guide us down there.
Yep. And you can spend time looking in the church if you want, or if you want to carry on, just carry on, and it will activate when you get to the next site on the GPS.
Glastonbury High Street has an extremely colourful vibe. The town prides itself on a free-thinking spiritual atmosphere. This is very obvious from the smell of incense coming from the shops, people dancing in the street to the busking.
And one thing that we're working on, we will have recommendations of places to stay and cafes and shops to pop into underneath the site. So that's another element that we'll be working on.
That's handy if you don't live here and you want to come and stay and do the tour.
Exactly. Or if you're in the area and you fancy a coffee, then having a recommendation on here might be good, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's following. You see them following you down the line there, the blue point as you're going. You know where you are, so you get an idea of where you're going and what you're seeing, and the line takes you to the next activation site.
Excellent. Just passing the rather wonderful Mockerberry Cafe. Watch this channel for a video from here very soon. We're going to be interviewing Ali and talking to her about this wonderful establishment that has been there since Jesus Christ was a little boy, I believe. Now we're heading off down Benedict Street. Benedict Street is going on down here.
And we've actually also on the app we've got a tour of just the churches, a monastic tour, so if you're interested in that,
Oh, good.
you can do that. So we've got many different versions. Another Glastonbury Holy Thorn here.
This one.
I think so, yeah. Nettle, come. Yeah, they've been planted all over Glastonbury.
They can't chop them all down, can they?
No.
Well, that was the rather wonderful St Benedict's Church
Yep.
there. So now we're heading back up Benedict Street, and we're going to head towards the other church in town, St John's.
Yep.
Link
And
in the video for an interesting tour with David the Vicar, which you can watch right now after this video.
So you can have quite a large map screen as well, so you can really see where you're going. You can move it around however you want. So you've got all the different sites there of cafes and things already, you know, so it's kind of handy.
So that's useful, because I mean, if you're on a walk, I don't know if anyone like me, if you're on a walk, coffee is an essential component of any walk.
And cake.
And cake, and we've already had our coffee and cake before we even started it, before you asked. So it's activated now in St John's.
Yep.
And it's about to tell us all about St John's.
Yep.
There is much hidden in St John's Church, which was originally built in Saxon times by the abbot St Dunstan. He was also the Archbishop of London at the time, and therefore the head of the Catholic world in England. He was a very interesting man, being the patron saint of blacksmiths, goldsmiths, locksmiths, silversmiths, alchemists, musicians, and bell ringers, because he was a craftsman, healer, herbalist, and musician. While serving under King Ethelstan, he was accused of sorcery and studying heathen magic. Many artifacts were brought to the church during the dissolution of the abbey. The shrine of Joseph of Armathia, which once had the bones of Joseph placed in a silver casket and then set in a stone shrine, was originally located in the subterranean chapel.
So here we are in St John's, back in the front yard, and the ubiquitous thorn tree is to our left.
A bit of blossom there as well.
Look at that. That will be, one of those will be going on the Queen's dinner table later in the year.
Winter solstice blossom, yeah.
Hasn't it? Yeah.
Special.
So there we all go. I mean, that's been fascinating, Tor. It's been really brilliant. I've loved learning about your app. And I'm going to certainly try some of them. In fact, I might even, when my ankle's better, I might even do one and film myself doing it.
Yeah, cool.
Because there's a couple of other tours. There's a new walk in town.
Yep.
Which has anyone done a tour for that yet?
Well, we are talking to them about maybe doing an exchange, putting their walk on our app and our walk on their app.
So I will be doing one of these. In fact, in the comments, if you look at this app, choose one and I'll walk it for you. Make it a Glastonbury one, please. I can't afford to go to London. But if you all vote down in the column below, just put the name of the tour you'd like to see me walk off Tor's tour, and I will go off and I will endeavour to walk it for you and show you around and show you it working.
So download the app now, Ourtor, on all the app stores, the Google Store and the Apple Store. So enjoy. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much.
Links in the comments below. But for now, bye-bye.